Welcome to the Explainer. We're skipping the fluff today because we've got a lot of ground to cover. If you're a focused learner, ready to see how new therapies actually make it from the lab to the patient, well, you're in the right place. Today we're giving you the 10,000-foot foundational view of clinical operations.
Okay, let's dive right into this. What actually separates a successful, world-changing clinical trial from a, multi-million-dollar failure? It's not just the science. The science can be absolutely brilliant, but without the engine of execution driving it forward, it goes nowhere. And that engine, my friends, is clinical operations.
Section 1. The Foundational View.
So, what is it exactly? We define clinical operations as the function running trials end to end. Think of it as the central operational hub. It seamlessly connects all those crazy moving parts: the clinical sites, the sponsors, the CROs, the vendors, the whole shebang. And it does all this to guarantee three absolute non-negotiables: subject safety, data integrity, and regulatory compliance.
Now, what's really interesting here is the contrast. There's this outdated misconception floating around that ClinOps is just, pushing paperwork, ticking off checklists, and scrambling to react when site issues pop up. But the reality, it's entirely different. It's really about end-to-end operational excellence, proactive risk-based management, and fiercely protecting the integrity of the protocol.
Section 2. Key Roles and Ecosystem.
This entire ecosystem is divided into specific domains. On the sponsor and CRO side, you've got your clinical ops leaders, trial managers, and CRAs handling trial oversight and risk mitigation. Down at the site level, the principal investigator, coordinator, and pharmacist totally own subject welfare and IP dispensing, but they definitely can't do it alone. They have to collaborate seamlessly with cross-functional partners, like safety, regulatory, and data management, just to keep the trial moving.
Section 3. The Trial Lifecycle.
Here's the macro flow of the trial lifecycle. You've got Phase 1 startup, Phase 2 conduct, and Phase 3 closeout. What you really need to grasp here is that the rigorous decisions made during feasibility and approvals, right there in startup, absolutely dictate the pace and quality of your recruitment during conduct and your final reconciliation during closeout. It all starts at the beginning.
And this brilliantly illustrates how the life cycle works in action. Take safety reporting, for example. Step 1, a site detects a serious adverse event. Step 2, it literally must be reported to the sponsor within 24 hours. No exceptions. Step 3, sponsor pharmacovigilance evaluates and reports it to the regulators. This pipeline is absolute proof of the rapid 24/7 coordination required in ClinOps.
Section 4. The business context. Think about this number, $1 million plus. Let that sink in. In a Phase 3 oncology trial, that can actually be the cost of a single subject withdrawal. Every time a patient drops out, statistical power is lost, and the financial hit is massive. This proves, without a doubt, that operational efficiency and patient retention directly impact the bottom line.
Because of these massive stakes, ClinOps professionals are constantly juggling competing forces. They're balancing speed versus quality, and cost versus strict regulatory compliance. A single delay in customs for a cold chain shipment, or, get this, a version mismatch on an informed consent form can instantly cascade into months of trial delays. It's a real balancing act.
Section 5. The Power of Judgment.
Let's contrast these two postures for a second. Reactive management relies on pre-inspection cramming and gut feel decisions, but proactive judgment? That's an always-ready posture. Say there's a temperature excursion for an investigational product. A reactive manager might just panic and toss the batch, but a proactive operations specialist? They rely on data-driven decisions, actually utilizing the sponsor's CMC stability data to see if that insanely expensive cold chain product can safely be saved. So the crucial point is this: protocol integrity is non-negotiable. True clinical operations professionals use their judgment to firmly protect the trial's integrity. Even if a sponsor is breathing down your neck, pressuring a site to enroll a marginal subject just to hit a recruitment target, the operations specialist stands firm.
Well, we've covered the 10,000-foot view today, the roles, the life cycle, and the critical business context. As we wrap up this foundational module and get ready to dive into the really granular details in modules 2 through 14, I want to leave you with a thought. How will you apply your operational judgment to perfectly balance speed, quality, and compliance in your own trials? Think on that for a bit, and I'll see you in the next explainer.